Always Julian on the Brown Note and a review of the latest Predator film, Prey. I have come to latently regard the much maligned Predator series of movies, which has come sort of co-joined with the Alien series of movies, and I think superior to the Alien series of movies, and kicked out an innumerable number of films, as not being given the credit it's due. Everyone says about how the first Predator film is a stone cold classic and it ranks alongside Die Hard, Terminator 2, Aliens as one of the great films of its kind as a pure... And the thing I love about the first Predator film is how straight-laced they play it. It's so macho in such a great way. There's no quarter given. Even the female character is so macho. Everyone in it is. And everything is perfect in that film. The first maligned one was Predator 2, which didn't get a lot of kudos on release, but I saw it not that long ago, and it's fantastic. The one sort of set in this really dysfunctional city where the cops are constantly sweating through these horrible clothes. I think it's a great film, and from then on we've had some interesting one. Predators, the Adrian Brody one, I didn't think that was bad. We had Alien vs Predator. I thought the production design on that was stunning. Visually, it is arguably the best of the Predator films until Prey. And the worst was probably Alien vs Predator Requiem. It's still a watchable hokum on TV for me. And I thought the Shane Black reboot, The Predator, was really underappreciated. I really liked the Shane Black comedic elements that came in. I really liked the cast. I just I don't think the films have been that bad, to be honest. So Prey is the latest, and it is a complete reset. And who's Dan Trachtenberg? Dan Trachtenberg. Oh, well, he did 10 Cloverfield Lane, so that was a very good film. And directed the first of Boys episode. Has he done any? I'm sure I recognise his name. No, this is his second proper feature film. So this time around, we get the spectacularly named Amber Midthunder alongside a lot of Native American casts, and they do something great, which is they pick up a Predator and they throw him in a different era. And already people are saying, make the next one in the Aztec era. The idea is so obvious, yet it works so well. So we start in the Great Plains in America in the 1700s, on the cusp of colonialism. And the Predator comes to hunt as usual. And Amber Midthunder is a Native American. Her brother is excellent in this. Who's her brother in this? So she's Naru, and Dakota Beavers is her brother. And I don't know that he's been in anything else, but I thought he was really good in this. So she wants to be... It's a very stock story in that she wants to be a warrior and no one will take her seriously because she's a woman, and she's noted for her incredible intelligence, and she wants to go through this sort of hazing in ceremony thing where she has to fight a predator. So all the guys do it to become a warrior, and she heads off to do so. And this is when we sort of get the first sort of inkling that not only are there things out there like lions and bears, which are deadly back then, but this predator has arrived on Earth to try and fight all of these animals. He fights a snake. Anything that he can find that is another predator, he wants to shape up to. To be honest, these predators are charlatans. If they're so big and strong, right, why do they need these invincibility cloaks? Why do they need all these weapons? It's not really fair, is it? I mean, why not fight fair if you're so honourable from the warrior clan? So, perhaps predictably, we go through the Amber Midthunder character can't actually get to complete her mission. She sort of fails at the last hurdle and wakes up back in the village. After a lion attack, kills, I think, a couple of them. And her brother's like, well, you failed, basically. I saved you. And, it's hard to hear, but that's what happened. In conjunction with that, they realise that there's something else out there. They see the footprints and so on. But then some really interesting things happen. I didn't expect this film to turn into The Revenant. Like, it's not only that there's this incredible sequence with a bear, the best bear sequence since The Revenant, and Predator versus Bear, that one you've got to see. And people have complained about the CGI. I thought the CGI of the lion was pretty bad, but the CGI of the bear I didn't think was bad. It's pretty terrifying. But it's not only The Revenant because of the bear, it's these very long form sequences that happen that cover distance. You know, it's not one shot, but it feels like one shot over a period of time where different things happen throughout this incredible action sequence. She's got a faithful dingo with her as well, who I noted did leave her alone to fight the beasties on her own a lot. Everyone was raving about him. I was like, yeah, you just disappeared, didn't you? But you've got this whole movie mapped out, but there are elements at the start, and I won't spoil any of it, where you see traps. And in my head, I was going, this is the coming of colonialism. And in the second half of the movie, it completely opens out with these elements. I won't spoil any of it because it was pretty riveting stuff. Amber Midthunder, a definite star of the future, because I would rate anyone like that because I've looked them up a lot. And I've looked her up in 3 films, I think, already. Hell or High Water, I looked her up in that, even though it was a tiny part. The Marksman and The Ice Road. So The Marksman I thought was pretty decent. The best of the recent lackluster, I've forgotten his name, Liam Neeson films. And The Ice Road, which was the worst of the recent. I've looked her up 3 times now. So she's obviously got something. And she's great here. And she looks great with the black beneath her eye. And there are some idiots online that have actually paid this film out. It's like Fury Road. It's like you get given something that's so good, but you're going to bag it because it's got a woman in the lead character. Are you mad? Everything about this is kick-ass. So I went in thinking it would be good because it's got really good reviews, but I didn't expect it to be this good. Visually, it's breathtaking. The artistry of a lot of the cinematography in it is magnificent. Particularly in the latter half of the film where it all becomes sort of hazy and smoky and really, really good stuff. Amber Midthunder's superb. I thought some of the other characters were excellent as well, particularly Dakota Beavers as her brother. He's got this really cool vibe about him where he's not quite one thing or the other, and I thought he was a really good character. The progress of the story gets really interesting with the addition of outside elements, which really sort of, the movie could have sort of coasted to a predictable sort of climax, but it gets this second wind at the halfway stage, which I thought was magnificent. It just looked fantastic. It's really different to the other Predator movies. It's a lot closer perhaps to the very first Predator movie. It's very, it's trimmed right down to the crux. And it's a great character to carry on that. It almost made me feel like that Latina woman from the first Predator film, almost a bit like her character as well. It's like she became the Arnold Schwarzenegger character. So I didn't really have any misgivings about this. The cinematography by Jeff Cutter I thought was great. The sound stage and the production design, apart from occasionally the budget not quite living up to the very state-of-the-art CGI, the line was pretty bad and so on. But you're really asking for things here. It kept on exceeding how good I thought it would be. It's one of the best films out this year. It's fantastic. It works on every level. I don't have any flaws apart from those quibbles about some CGI, but really, the all of the main sort of crew in it are great. And the story progression is takes a very rote story, but makes it very unexpected in the way it progresses. There's a lot of symbolism, the whole Revenant style of thing, including that style of long-form filmmaking, rather than these, massively Michael Bay edited action sequences, having something where something's coming from the distance and the whole thing happens over a period of time and distance. Really loved, much more arty to look at and feeling-wise than I expected. So one of the best films I've seen this year. Prey I'm going to give 9 out of 10 to, easy.